right, hello, we're going to go ahead and get started. So for your warm-up, we're going to do alternating intervals, 30 seconds low, 30 seconds high. 2 rounds of jumping jacks. A low jumping jack is just stepping out to the side. Alternating, high is just a regular jumping jack. High knees, low impact. Stand with your palms out, palms facing down in front of you. Alternate, bring your knees up to your palms, that's low. High is running while you do it. Okay, 2 rounds of that. 1 round of booty kicks, that's what I call them. Same thing, you're standing to the side. You can have your arms however is comfortable. You're going to stand and kick your leg back. Try and kick your booty. That's low. High is running while you do it. Okay, so that's your warm-up. Then you're going to get right into push-ups. I think I've shown push-ups before, but your push-ups you want to fight for depth. So you want to go as deep as you can. Keep your head neutral. Don't let it drop. Try and lower your chest all the way to the ground and push back up, okay? Your chest, not your belly. And as you push back up, really engage that core. Engaging your core means just suck it in as hard as you can. Use those ab muscles, hip flexors, and back muscles to help you get up from the push-up. Okay, squats. I know I've shown squats, but just a reminder, a quick reminder, you want your feet facing forward. You might feel a little pigeon-toed, that's okay. As you squat down, you want your knees in the direction of your second toe, so not going in or out, right? And then from the side, you're sitting back in your heels. I actually lift my toes off the ground physically to keep all of my weight in my heels, and then you can see my booty's dropping straight back, okay? Like you're sitting in a chair. You're gonna have to lean forward a little bit, but what you don't want is your shoulders dropping below your hips. Okay, so you want to keep your back as straight as you can, and it will work your core and your back there. Mountain climbers, you're in a plank position, and you're just going to run with your feet alternating kind of between lunges. Okay, like this. Now, what you're fighting for is to keep your hips down, because it's a lot easier if you lift your hips up. So you want to fight to keep your hips down as you switch your legs back and forth, okay? To modify these, there's a couple ways you can modify them. The first modification that I suggest is to not bring your knees as far forward, your foot as far forward. So keep your hips down, but just move your knees in and out a little bit less, okay? The other modification is to step in and back out. Okay? A couple ways to modify those. All right, alternating lateral lunges. So lateral just means going to the side. And so what you're going to be doing is stepping out to the side into a lunge. All right, and coming back up. And then you're going to go to the other side. Okay, now here's what you're going to think about when you're doing these lunges. It's very similar to a squat, except one leg is straight. The leg that you use to step out is the one that's going to bend. So you step out with that foot, and then it's going to bend. And just like in a squat, all your weight goes to your heels, and you sit back. All right, I'll show you from the side in just a second. You'll notice from the front that my knee is in line with my second toe. All right, it's not going out. It's also not coming in. It's in line with my second toe. My feet are parallel to one another, and my feet are facing forward. So it's very similar to a squat. And then from the side, what you'll see is the same thing. I'm going to step out, bend that knee, and I'm sitting back. All right? Not like this, just sitting back with my weight and my heels. Come back up. And so you're just going to do that alternating, then you'll go to the other side. Same thing. Okay? Single leg bicep curl. So this one you're going to want to do on each leg. You're just going to stand with one foot off the ground. You can have it up here. You can have it in back of you a little bit. Wherever's comfortable. I usually just hold mine a little bit off the ground with my knee bent. And what you want to watch for on this is that you're still standing up straight. You're not sagging into this hip that is on your base leg. Okay? So try and keep your hips square still and your posture straight. And then the bicep curl is just a curling the weights with your palms facing your shoulders. Okay, so you're going to pull your hands up to your shoulders. Now what I want you to do with bicep curls while you're doing these is to come to full extension before you curl again. All right, so really let those arms go all the way straight at your sides and then curl up again because we want to lengthen those muscles. And then you'll just do the other leg. All right, so it's a lot of bicep curls. Get those arms looking good for tank top season, right? All right, burpees with a push-up. So a burpee, a standard burpee, you just bend down, jump out, come back in, and stand up, okay? Now we're just adding a push-up at the bottom there. So you're going to bend down, jump out, push up, jump in, come back up. Okay, there's a couple modifications to this. One, bend down, step out, then do your push-up, step back in, and come up. I like to use burpees with a push-up to try out doing push-ups without putting my knees down. But you can absolutely put your knees down. Jump out, drop your knees, do a push-up, come back in, and stand up. If you want to start trying, you're not going to be able to go as deep as you can when your knees are down. I can't either. So you just go down, do your push-up, and come back in. Okay? So however you want to modify them, but just do the burpee, do a push-up at the bottom, come back in and stand up. All right, a split squat with an upright row. So for these, what you want to do is you're going to stand with one foot behind the other, and a split squat is just this. Up and down, dropping your hips straight down. This front foot is in line with my second toe, never hyperextending your foot. And the back leg, the deeper you go, the more towards 90 degrees, the more intense it is, okay? But you're going to stand up till your legs are straight, and you're going to dip down, okay? This is the motion. And you're going to stay on one side, and then you'll switch sides. Upright row that you're going to be doing with this is you have your arms in front of you, your palms are facing your legs. You're going to pull your arms straight up as you lower down, okay, or your hands. The position that you want to be in at the top is this. So your forearms and biceps are parallel to each other. You're not drooping your wrists. They're pretty tight. Everything's in line. And also you want to avoid raising your shoulders. Keep your shoulders down. And we do the upright row. Okay? To modify that, you can drop the weights and just do the arm movements. You can also, if that's too intense, just put your hands on your hips or down at your side and just do the split squat. Okay, the arms are a progression from just a regular squat. All right, tricep dips. I'm going to show you on this table right here, but you might want to get a chair, maybe a little lower. All you're going to do is you're going to put your palms with your fingertips facing your booty. You're going to sit on the chair. You're going to scoot your hips out. Now the key to these is you want to keep your hips as close to the chair or wherever you're using to dip as possible, and you're going to go straight down and come back up. Do not let your arms go past a 90-degree bend, okay? To make them easier, to modify them, you bend your legs, all right? Make it more difficult, you straighten your legs. But here's the thing, if you straighten your legs, or you bend your legs, and you start moving your hips out like this, it's going to hurt your shoulders. So keep your hips as close to that object that you're using for dipping, the chair or the table or whatever it is. Keep your hips right there by it. Come down and push up. If it is hurting your shoulders, check your form. If it still hurts your shoulders, let me know and we'll work on it. It shouldn't hurt your shoulders. This should be all right here. You should feel it all in the back of your arm. Okay, squat jump. So for this, regular squat, right? This is a squat jump, or a squat. For a squat jump, from the bottom of the squat, you're going to power up and jump and land, okay? First few times you try a squat jump, this is what I want you to do. Do squat, jump, and land. Squat, jump, and land. And the reason I want you to do that is because I want your form on the squat to be good before you start doing them in a complete motion. Okay, so once you get the hang of this and the feel of it as you do this workout, then you can start doing squat jumps where you just keep coming back down, okay? But what a lot of people do in the beginning when they first start these, if they try to do that, their form gets messed up. Okay, so squat jump, stop. Then squat jump again for the first few times. All right, plank. Forearms, elbows, and toes. Those hips off the ground, but you want your back in a nice straight line. Right? Put your feet down or your knees down if you get tired, but keep those hips down and your core engaged. Eventually, you'll work your way up to the push-up position on your hands and toes in a plank position. Full sit-ups. Knees bent, feet flat on the floor. You're going to lay back, extend your arms overhead, okay? You are going to use the momentum from your arms to help you sit up at first. Swing the arms, sit up and put your arms upright. Roll back slowly, swing the arms, okay? As you start to get used to this motion, you'll be able to do the sit-ups without swinging your arms, all right? But I want you swinging your arms up first, and then to make them even more intense, you straighten your legs. Okay, and you can start with swinging your arms and then work your way to not swinging your arms anymore. Then tabletop swings. So this is a tabletop position where you're squeezing your booty and your backs of your legs, your glutes and your hamstrings. And then you're just going to swing. You're going to drop your booty through your arms and push back up. Okay? In the beginning, you may not be able to swing all the way through. You may only be able to come to here. That's fine. Take your booty as far as it'll go, and then just really drive it back up. Use those muscles to drive that back up. Eventually, you will get strong enough to curl in and get your hips through your arms. Okay? All right. That'll do it. Have fun with that.